Imagine waking up one morning with a heavy feeling in your chest. Perhaps it is a problem at work that is bothering you, or a relationship that seems to be faltering. Whatever the source of your discomfort, the first step is to acknowledge it without judgment. There is no need to deny your feelings or hide them behind a forced smile. Buddhism teaches us that every emotion, every thought, is a legitimate part of our human experience. Imagine a particularly difficult day. Perhaps you have been unfairly criticized at work or had an argument with a loved one. At such times, it is easy to be overwhelmed by negativity, to feel discouraged or even lost. But Buddhism teaches us a technique called recognizing the ray of light, an approach that helps us discover and enhance the positive aspects of even the most complicated situations. The first step is to stop and take a deep breath. Take a moment to calm the mind and heart, allowing emotions to settle. Inner calm is essential to be able to see clearly. Visualize a ray of sunshine filtering through dense dark clouds. That ray is there, even though the clouds seem to cover it completely. Now reflect on the difficult situation you are facing. Intentionally look for a positive element, no matter how small it may seem. For example, if you have been unfairly criticized at work, perhaps this is an opportunity to improve your communication and clear up misunderstandings. It may be a good time to demonstrate your resilience and ability to handle constructive criticism. Consider another scenario, an argument with a loved one. Instead of dwelling only on the conflict, look for the ray of light that may reside in the situation. Perhaps this quarrel can become an opportunity to strengthen your relationship by addressing underlying issues that need attention. This could be a time when both of you can grow and learn something new about each other. The key to recognizing the ray of light lies in our ability to change our perspective. It is a mindfulness exercise that invites us to look beyond the surface of the problem. Instead of seeing only the darkness, we train ourselves to notice even the smallest glimmer of positivity. This does not mean ignoring problems or belittling them, but finding balance and hope in the midst of difficulties. Another example may be a sudden illness. The natural reaction is to feel fearful and frustrated. However, by looking for the ray of light, you may find that this experience teaches you to take better care of yourself, slow down, and prioritize your well-being. It can also bring you closer to people who offer you support and love, strengthening your social connections. To make this technique even more effective, practice gratitude. Whenever you recognize a ray of light in a difficult situation, put it into words or write it down in a journal. This will help you develop a positive mental habit and remind you that, even on the darkest days, there is always something good to be discovered. Recognizing the ray of light is a daily exercise in optimism and hope. It teaches us that every situation, no matter how difficult, contains positive potential that we can cultivate. This perspective enables us to face challenges with an open mind and resilient heart, turning difficulties into opportunities for growth and enlightenment. If you are enjoying this video and want to support this channel, I invite you to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share this beautiful story with your friends. And if you want to share your thoughts with us, you can leave a comment below and tell us your experience. And now back to our video. Imagine you are faced with failure or disappointment. Perhaps you worked hard on a project and did not get the results you hoped for, or you had a disagreement with a close friend. At such times, it is easy to fall into a spiral of self-pity and self-criticism. However, Buddhism offers us a powerful tool for dealing with these situations with compassion toward ourselves, the internal kind dialogue. The first step is to become aware of our internal dialogue. Often, when things don't go as planned, we start criticizing ourselves harshly. I'm not good enough. I shouldn't have even tried. I'm a failure. These thoughts not only fuel our malaise, but can also prevent us from learning from our experiences. Mindfulness is the first step in breaking this negative cycle. Once we recognize our negative internal dialogue, we can begin to transform it. Imagine you are talking to a close friend who is facing the same situation. How would you comfort him? You would probably say words of encouragement and support to him, acknowledging his value and abilities. Now, try addressing these same words to yourself. For example, if you have failed in a project, instead of telling yourself, "I am not capable," try, "I did my best and I can learn from this experience." Inner kind dialogue also involves the practice of forgiveness toward oneself. We all make mistakes, and these are part of our growth path. Instead of getting stuck in regret, we can choose to forgive ourselves and see the mistake as an opportunity to improve. For example, if you said something rude in a moment of anger, instead of torturing yourself with guilt, acknowledge the mistake, apologize if necessary, and promise yourself to do better next time. Another key aspect of kind internal dialogue is self-compassion. Being compassionate with ourselves means treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would reserve for a friend in need. The next time you feel down, try giving yourself a moment of self-care. This might mean taking a walk in nature, practicing deep breathing, or simply giving yourself time to relax and rejuvenate. You can also use positive affirmations to nurture your internal dialogue. These affirmations should be simple and genuine, such as, "I am worthy of love and respect," "I am doing my best," or "Every day is an opportunity to grow and improve." Repeat these affirmations regularly, especially in times of difficulty, to reinforce a positive and loving attitude toward yourself. Inner kind dialogue is not only a mental practice, but also an emotional and physical one. For example, if you feel overwhelmed by stress, place a hand on your heart and breathe deeply, feeling the warmth and comfort of your touch. This simple gesture can help you reconnect with yourself in a kind and loving way. Finally, remember that kind internal dialogue is an ongoing process. It is not about achieving unrealistic perfection, but about being present for ourselves with kindness and understanding, day in and day out. Whenever you find that you are critical of yourself, take a moment to take a deep breath and remind yourself that you deserve the same love and respect that you offer others. Cultivating an internal kind dialogue transforms the way we face life's challenges. It helps us develop resilience based on kindness and acceptance, enabling us to navigate through difficulties with an open heart and a peaceful mind. And so, step by step, we learn to treat ourselves with the same care and love we reserve for the world around us. Imagine being in the midst of a heated argument with a colleague. Harsh words fly, and the tension is palpable. It is easy to get caught up in anger and frustration, but Buddhism invites us to practice a technique called seeing the invisible. This principle encourages us to look beyond the surface appearance of our problems to discover deeper, hidden truths. The first step to seeing the invisible is conscious pause. When you find yourself in a difficult situation, take a moment to stop and breathe deeply. This short interval allows you to calm your mind and prepare to see beyond the surface. Visualize your mind as a pond. When it is agitated, you cannot see the bottom, but when the water calms, everything becomes clearer. Now observe the situation with fresh eyes. Ask yourself, what is really going on here? What are the root causes of this conflict? For example, in the case of the argument with your colleague, perhaps his anger is fueled by work stress or personal problems that you are not aware of. This perspective helps you develop empathy and understanding, rather than reacting impulsively. The technique of seeing the invisible also applies to our perceptions and judgments. Often we judge people in situations based on superficial appearances. Imagine you meet someone who always seems to be in a bad mood. It is easy to label him or her as a negative person, but what if you take the time to get to know his story? Perhaps he is going through a difficult time or has experienced trauma that affects his behavior. By looking beyond appearances, you discover the complexity and humanity hidden behind each face. Another example is when we are faced with an unexpected change, such as a job loss. The immediate reaction might be one of panic and despair. But seeing the invisible invites us to explore the opportunities hidden in this change. It could be an opportunity to reinvent oneself, to follow a long-neglected passion, or to develop new skills. Often, situations that appear as disasters turn out to be open doors to new possibilities. The practice of seeing the invisible also requires deep reflection on ourselves. When we face failure, it is easy to feel incapable or discouraged. But what can we learn from this experience? What are the hidden lessons? For example, if you have failed in a project, perhaps you have gained a clearer understanding of your weaknesses and strengths, and this will help you grow and improve. A useful technique for developing this capacity is contemplative meditation. Set aside time each day to sit in silence and reflect on difficult situations, trying to see beyond appearances. Ask yourself, what are the hidden truths? What are the unseen opportunities? This exercise will help you develop deeper insight and respond with greater wisdom and compassion. In addition, seeing the invisible implies openness to mystery and uncertainty. In life, not everything can be understood or explained immediately. Embracing the unknown with curiosity rather than fear allows us to explore new dimensions of our experience. Imagine walking through a dark forest. Every shadow might hide a wonder. Every sound might reveal a secret. Similarly, in our daily lives, every difficulty hides unexpected potential and discovery. Finally, seeing the invisible is an invitation to cultivate confidence in our ability to face challenges. When we find ourselves in difficult situations, we can choose to see not only the obstacles, but also our resilience and inner strength. Every problem is an opportunity to discover resources we may not have known we had. In summary, seeing the invisible guides us to look beyond the surface of things, to discover the complexity and beauty hidden in every situation and every person. It invites us to explore with fresh eyes, develop empathy and understanding, and find opportunities in difficulties. With this perspective, we face life with an open heart and enlightened mind, ready to discover the wonders hidden around every corner. You imagine receiving unexpected news. Your job has been eliminated. The feeling of discouragement and anxiety can be overwhelming. In these moments, Buddhism invites us to practice a technique called dynamic acceptance. This principle does not involve passive resignation, but rather an active acceptance of reality combined with a willingness to turn it into an opportunity. The first step toward the dynamic acceptance is the recognition of reality as it is. It is natural to feel strong emotions such as sadness, anger, or fear when we are faced with difficult situations. Instead of denying or repressing these emotions, allow yourself to feel them fully. Acknowledge the pain of job loss, the uncertainty of the future, the frustration of what went wrong. Accepting your emotions is an act of kindness to yourself and the first step toward transformation. Once you have acknowledged and accepted your emotional reality, the second step is to explore the hidden possibilities in this situation. Dynamic acceptance invites us to see beyond the immediate crisis and look for opportunities for growth and change. For example, job loss may become an opportunity to reflect on your true interests and passions. You may find that this is the perfect time to explore a new field, return to education, or start a project you have always dreamed of. Also consider the power of small actions. When we find ourselves in difficult situations, the tendency can be to feel paralyzed by uncertainty. Dynamic acceptance reminds us that even small steps can lead to big changes. For example, if you are facing an illness, accepting the reality of your condition does not mean giving up, but rather finding ways to improve your quality of life day by day. It might mean adopting a healthier diet, practicing breathing exercises, or simply allowing yourself to rest when you need to. Another key aspect of this technique is trust in the process. Dynamic acceptance involves a deep trust that, despite appearances, every situation carries with it potential for growth and transformation. Remember that life is a constant stream of change, and that every challenge can teach you something valuable. Even when it seems like everything is going wrong, there is always an opportunity for learning and personal evolution. A concrete example might be a relationship that ends. The end of a relationship can be painful and destabilizing. but through dynamic acceptance, you can see this ending as a new beginning. It can be an opportunity to rediscover yourself, to better understand what you are looking for in a relationship, and to work on aspects of your life that you may have overlooked. The end of something always brings with it the possibility of a new beginning, of new experiences and encounters. To practice dynamic acceptance in your daily life, it can be helpful to develop a routine of reflection. Spend time each day meditating on what is happening in your life, acknowledging your emotions and actively seeking opportunities for growth. You can keep a journal in which you jot down your reflections, discoveries, and small successes. This will help you keep a positive perspective and remember that every challenge is an opportunity for evolution. Another useful technique is dialogue with trusted people. Sharing your thoughts and emotions with friends, family, or a mentor can give you new perspectives and help you see possibilities that you would not have considered on your own. Support and discussion with others can be a source of strength and inspiration, making it easier to face difficulties with a constructive attitude. Finally, dynamic acceptance invites us to cultivate patience and perseverance. Transformation and growth take time, and results are not always immediate. Learn to trust the process and be kind to yourself along the way. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to a greater understanding of yourself and your capabilities. In summary, dynamic acceptance is an approach that teaches us to embrace reality with an open heart, recognizing difficult emotions and actively seeking opportunities for growth. It encourages us to see beyond appearances, to find the hidden potential in every challenge, and to turn difficulties into stepping stones toward a fuller and more meaningful life. With this practice, we can face life's vicissitudes with resilience and optimism, knowing that every situation, no matter how difficult, is a stage in our journey of personal growth. Imagine you end your day, and before you close your eyes to sleep, you give yourself a few minutes of reflection. This is the perfect time to practice the ritual of gratitude, a Buddhist technique that helps us shift our focus from problems to blessings, creating a foundation of positivity and appreciation. The first step in this ritual is to find a quiet place where you can sit or lie down comfortably. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, allowing your body and mind to relax. This helps create a serene and receptive mental space where you can focus on positive things without distraction. Now start reflecting on your day. Look for 3 things you are grateful for. These things do not have to be big or exceptional. They can be simple and everyday. For example, you might be grateful for a colleague's smile, the hot coffee you had in the morning, or the quiet moment you found during a walk. Make a mental note or, better yet, write these 3 things down in a journal. Writing has a special power. Putting your thoughts of gratitude down on paper makes them more concrete and allows you to revisit them in the future, especially on days when you might be feeling down. A gratitude journal becomes a collection of positive moments that can lift you up and remind you of the good things in life when you need it most. The second step of the gratitude ritual is to delve into why you are grateful for each of these 3 things. Don't just list them superficially. Take time to explore the feelings they evoke. For example, if you are grateful for a colleague's smile, reflect on how that smile improved your day, how it made you feel appreciated and seen. This insight reinforces the sense of gratitude and makes it more intense and meaningful. Next, expand your gratitude reflection beyond your day. Think about the people in your life for whom you are grateful. They can be family members, friends, colleagues, or even strangers who have had a positive impact on you. Visualize their face and mentally express your gratitude to them. This not only strengthens your emotional ties, but also helps you maintain a positive perspective on your relationships. You can also include in your ritual a moment of gratitude for yourself. Acknowledge your qualities, achievements, and efforts. Too often we are critical of ourselves, but the gratitude ritual invites us to see and appreciate our own worth. For example, you might be grateful for your perseverance in a difficult situation, your ability to listen to others, or the way you deal with daily challenges. Another aspect of the ritual of gratitude is to extend this feeling toward the future. Think about what awaits the next day or the future in general, and try to find something positive to be grateful for in advance. This could be a meeting with a friend, an interesting project at work, or simply having another day to look forward to. This exercise helps you look forward with optimism and hope. To further enrich your ritual, you can include guided meditation on gratitude. There are many resources available that take you through visualizations and guided reflections to deepen your sense of gratitude. Meditation can help you connect more deeply with positive emotions and root these feelings in your being. Finally, take this gratitude practice with you into your daily life. Try to notice and express gratitude throughout the day, not just in your evening ritual. Thank the people around you for the little things. Recognize moments of joy and beauty, and allow yourself to fully appreciate positive experiences. This will gradually transform your mental attitude, making gratitude a natural part of your way of being. In summary, the ritual of gratitude is a powerful and transformative daily practice. It helps us recognize and appreciate the positive things in our lives, cultivate deeper and more loving relationships, and develop a more optimistic and satisfied view of the world. With this practice, we can face life's challenges with an open and grateful heart, finding beauty and joy in even the most ordinary situations. These Buddhist principles and techniques invite us to look within ourselves with sincerity and compassion, to recognize the lights hidden in the shadows of our difficulties, and to walk confidently on the road of life, knowing that each step, even the most uncertain, brings us closer to our inner truth. And so, with an open heart and a clear mind, we can face every storm with the optimism of those who know that, in the end, the sun always shines behind the clouds.